Good morning, my wonderful friends. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's Belinda here, and I'm cracking into my first design team project for 2025, and it is with this kit from RachandBella Crafts. This is the journal pages. It's not all of them, or the papers. I should have looked up the name. I think it's called Spring Collage is the name of the kit. So there's a whole lot of pages. I absolutely adore these like document and letter ones. There's quite a few in this kit. True to name, there's lots of collage papers, and it looks like I've got these upside down. And some background pages and things. These ones I have not trimmed out at all. But these ones I've cut them down, cut the white off. I've cut out all the ephemera, so there's two kits. There's the papers, and there's a lot of papers. You may have got a little bit of an idea from my quick flip through there. And then there's the add-on ephemera kit. So I've cut all the ephemera kit out, and it is simply loaded with pockets and fun things to play with, and the usual fussy cuts, etc. So I wanted to do something a little bit different. I don't have a solid idea of what I'm doing. I just, as I was cutting out the ephemera, which I will grab out, I kind of had a few ideas formulating of how I might want to use these things. So I've organized these into my 3 trays. So this one is the fussy cuts, if I open it up, because it will be very glary on you, I imagine. So all the fun little bits and pieces, some beautiful imagery, very blue toned across this kit. It's very soft, very pastel, very, very pretty, like very pretty. And it will partner with a lot of other kits. So if you don't want to make a journal with this specific kit, just with this, it will partner gorgeously with a lot of other kits, whether it's from RachandBella Crafts or somebody else. So I feel like it's a really usable kit and very useful as well. So you can make a whole bunch of ephemera and be able to use that in other style journals or other themed journals. Right, so in here I have the things like pockets, tuck spots, that kind of thing. This one is tags and journal cards. Now, some of the bits and pieces could go either way. Like they could be a journal card, or they could be a tuck spot or a pocket. Particularly thinking like this piece here. That would be so fun as a tuck spot, but it would also be really fun as a wee shaped journal card or tag. So anyway, that's kind of a rundown on what we've got happening. It's the tags primarily that I wanted to start with. So I'm going to grab out the small tags. Do I want the big tags? I might want the big tags. There's ones here that have a different shape. Again, could be used as something else. Like that would make a cool banner on a page or an altered paper clip. Lots of different options, but I'm going with the traditional tag shaped for now. And there are planes and patterns. So this lovely form one there, and then in the little ones we have these ones that are just a plain pastel colour, which I think are fabulous. Like, how useful are they going to be in so many different journals? Then we've got more of the collage style tags. I think there's 4 of these plain ones, so in very beautiful colours, and then a couple more collage ones. So these ones, you could easily just back them if you need to back them, depending what you've printed on. Ink around them if you're an inker, add a word or something, and they're good to go. Add a wee topper if you want. So I'm not going to play with those today, and I'm looking at ones that can be written on primarily. So I think these both could be written on. These definitely could be written on. This one, that reads to me more like the front of a tag, the decorative side. So I'm going to put that one aside. And I'm going to look at, I cut these while I was sitting on the couch, and it's not very good lighting. And I did not make a good job of cutting these out, but that's okay. These are only on photocopy paper, very light, so I need to back them. And I thought, how about we turn this into the back of the tag? That's why I've chosen out the plain ones that can be written on, or plainer. These can all be written on. So that's going to be the back of our tag, and we're going to cover it with our front decorative paper. So a little bit kind of back to front, I guess. So I've chosen out a few pages. I started cutting out these types of pages here and realized that they're not the ones I want to use, but I had them sitting with the ones I'd cut, so that's why they were there. Chosen out these vertical collage style papers, and I thought they'd make a really cool journal. I've never done a tall skinny journal. They were all the rage last year. Are they still popular? Should I make one this year? Let me know if you would like to see me make a tall skinny journal, because I've never ever done one, but they would be really fun pages in a journal like that. But what I want to do is use these to put the front on these tags. I mean, it's really quite simple. It's no big mystery. So I'm going to try kind of pick and choose what I want. Now this bird here is quite large. There's no way we're going to fit that on a little, I mean, we could fit the head, but to get a bit more real estate, we could, I'm just looking at where I might want to go, kind of something like that. If I take it right to the top, that would still be okay, but I'd miss a claw, so we want to bring it about 3/4 of an inch down from the top. So I'm going to start with that, turn my page over, grab my glue stick. I need a fresh page here, it's a bit sticky. Actually, I was using it this morning, so it's sticky, but it's not like fresh glue. So I'll turn it over and should be fine. And let's put some glue on our tag here. So this is copy paper. This here that I've printed these pages on is presentation paper. So hopefully that will give it enough weight and solidity. Gosh, that was a tongue twister. To give me a nice weight tag. Right. Oops, don't gouge out my glue, please. Right, and making sure that I stick it the right way up, because I don't want my bird upside down. So I can see my bird head here, which helps me to line this up where I might want it. And so we're going to go about there. So is there anything else I want? These flowers are pretty. Do we want, I think, a small tag? And we want about an inch up from the bottom. Just roughly. I'm not worried if it's slightly off. It's all just a bit of guesswork. Now it's very pale, so I've got to make sure I put glue on the white side, not the coloured side. Now of course you could take these tags and just print them all off on with a backing page, and what you get is what you get. But I didn't think of that, and I had already printed them out before I kind of thought about it. So let's make sure we bring that up far enough to grab our flowers. And it's like, well, this way we can pick and choose what we want. Like we can take a couple of elements from this. There's some pretty flowers over here as well. Do we want one of those? Could kind of go like that. And I'm just going to grab a pencil because it's a little trickier to just make a mark. I want it below that pencil line to be kind of in the right place. How far over? I think I wanted it fairly close to the edge. So we can pick and choose what we want, and you could use any kit for either side. So maybe you've got some plain tags in your stash, or some that you have pre-cut, whether they're made from I don't know, coffee dyed paper or something. Right, we've already got our direction because we know these are the right way up, so we can put, just double checking, put this the same way up and we know it's going to be fine. So I'm going to put that quite close to the edge, and there'll still be an element of what are we going to get when we cut them out, because we can't precisely see. So that's good for that one, and we're going to have some wonderful scraps, which is very exciting. I do like some good scraps. Right, choose out another one. Let's see what we might like. I'm liking this area here. We've got a couple of different flowers. We've got this really cool border. I think if we did something like that, so we're a couple of inches up from the bottom, and we could bring it quite close into the side, it wouldn't matter too much. So that's roughly where I'm going to put it. So yeah, it's one of those, like, do a masterboard and then cut it randomly and see what you've got. It's kind of little along those lines. Now, I don't know why I went on gluing there. Let's put it on here so I can get right to the edge. So this week is my first week back working with the food bank. So it's been a good month that I have had off with surgery and bits and pieces. Now I've forgotten where I wanted to put it. So it was about that's right, a couple of inches from the bottom. Let's do it there. So I'm really looking forward to getting back into it, and two, a little bit tentative / scared about how I'm going to go. Right, so we've got that. We've got little tags here. Do we want anything else from this? I'm going to lose a lot of the butterfly, so I don't think we'll use the butterfly. This is reading quite pretty though, this top corner, more florals. So let's do that one there. And then I think we'll use a third page for our last tag. Yeah, a little nervous. I haven't done a lot of walking around, and the walking I have done has been a bit painful. I have put my shoes on today because my feet were cold, and I thought, well, if I put shoes on, it's going to be better, a bit warmer. And it did create a little bit of pain on my ankle just from the pressure below the wound. The wound's healed, but inside still healing. So I'm like, oh, I've got to do a lot of walking and carrying and lifting, and yeah, nothing like just jumping back in and we'll see how it goes. There's no way around it. I don't know how I'll do until I'm actually doing it. This really cool door up here. Do we want the door on? Now, I've been picking out focal areas, but it just occurred to me that we might want a more neutral background, like a collage style background that we can then add a focal image onto. So how about, I might be able to find one on these, find a more kind of backgroundy area, like up here would be good. Can we fit? No, it's not going to fit up there. How about down in here? Oops. Okay, I'm going to make sure I glue the right side down. I think we're just going to take a stab and go something like that. I think we've still got enough room there. Clear of glue. Just for a different approach. I thought, hang on, let's not do them all the same way. Let's do something a little different. So yeah, just a bit nervous on how I'm going to get on, you know, whether I will cope okay. I'm kind of wondering long term whether I will actually be able to manage, not because of my ankle, but because of general health issues. It's like, I thought things were improving, but you know, life throws curveballs, and I hope I'm able to do it for a good number of years. That would be perfect, but I'm just a bit weary, I guess, W-A-R-Y, weary, or tentative that things might not go the way I want them to. Right, I want to preserve as much of the space in between as possible so we can, you know, have some good usable scraps. So just gonna cut out our tags, and I'll do a reveal at the end to see what they turned out like once I've cut them out. So yes, we have already got like 4 requests for tomorrow, and tomorrow's our first food delivery after the break. So the last delivery was 2 days before Christmas, and this is the first one this year. So it's been a while since we've had fresh food in, and apparently that first week back is quite a big one. Like, they've got lots of food. Not because they keep bringing, you know, collecting food in that time, because they don't. The only food they collect in that time is meat, because that's a high value item. So they do have someone that goes out and collects the meat from businesses, but everything else, bread, fruit, veg, whatever, does not get collected. So I don't know what supermarkets and things do with it. Probably all goes to pigs, which is a bit of a shame, although pigs need feeding as well. But everybody needs a break. Like, all the staff that are involved in collecting all this food up and distributing it, they need time off. So it's fair enough. They need time off. They need rest. They need time with families, to go away. You know, so I completely understand, and I think it's a good thing for them and for the food banks, because although we keep providing during Christmas and New Year, our food bank, most of them actually take a break and don't do food parcels. Ours is one of the few that just operates right through, and I caught up with my counterpart at the food bank who was covering me while I was off. I caught up with her a week or so ago, and she's been really busy with requests. So I hope she's looking forward to me being back on deck. That will give her a bit more of a break, which is why I came on board in the first place. So yeah, so it's been busy, and we didn't have the fresh food, so it was just a lot of frozens, whatever, you know, we've got in stock, and canned goods and things like pasta and rice. So nothing in the fresh produce. No dairy. We do have powdered milk, so we can provide that, but no fresh dairy, no yogurt, that sort of thing. Okay, 3 more to go, my friends. So yeah, we'll see. Tomorrow's my first day back, and we'll see how it goes. We'll see how I stand up to it. There are other people around, so like the person who brings us the food, he can do a bit of carrying. He will be doing some of the delivering, so that's helpful. That's, you know, a little less that I will have to do. And my counterparts' family, some of them will be there. Whoops, don't turn it over yet. And they're usually available if I need, you know, if I need something heavy carried. So there is help there. It's not, I tend to just normally do it all by myself because I don't want to bother anybody, and it's just kind of quicker, you know, quicker just to do it. But I'm aware I may not to be able to just do it. I may find if I try to do it all that it just bites me big time, and I've still got then the next day to do. So we'll see. We'll see. But it's gonna be fun. I am looking forward to it. even with the nerves of how I'm going to go. Because it's been a while. Oh, I keep wanting to turn them over. Keep trying to break my own rules, guys. Right, I need to shift those off my rubbish. Because I'm trying to put rubbish in my bin. I can't because I've covered it with my scraps. So what else is going on? My newsletter went out this week, so quite late. I do apologise for that, but it was the first opportunity I had to actually get it done. And I was really proud of myself because I managed to write it, create the digitals, the freebies, and send it out all on the one day, which was yesterday, I believe, as I'm recording this, Monday. So I'm recording Tuesday, so I believe I got it sent out Monday. So I was really happy to get that done because it's way late, way later than I would have wanted, but it is what it is. Okay, these are curly just because the glue stick, but they will flatten out. You can pop them under your mat, you can put a book on top of them, you can just run them over the edge of your desk, which I'll do even though you can't see that. Or you can do what I'm doing and just kind of run them through your fingers a little bit. These small ones are easy to do that with. The bigger ones a little bit harder because my fingers aren't that long. Let's do that over the desk. But I'll probably put them under something later on. So this is what we've got. This is our writing side. I do want to ink around them. But let's see what we've got, where we're going to start. Let's pull these down. Let's start up here. Oh, beautiful. Like instantly, just beautiful. Love that one. Beautiful. Just perfect. So we've got a very floral theme going on. I picked out a lot of florals. That one could possibly do with a label or something in the middle. This could have a label down the bottom. This I absolutely love as it is. This is our neutral one that can take a focal image, and it's still really interesting because it's got different patterns and colours. And our two big ones, we have our bird. I could have come over a little bit more this way, but I still think that's really well done. I was trying to think of a different way to say that, but it wasn't coming to me. And then this floral one, and again, I think, you know, some label or something in there. Even a fussy cut on that one actually might work. Just going to have a wee sip of my raspberry. I'm getting a bit dry. Okay, so this one I just absolutely adore. I think it's beautiful. It's got lots of beautiful detail in the background from the collage paper. I don't think it really needs anything. We could do a topper. So I'm going to think about that. I'm not going to ink the backs on camera because, you know, we can do the backs anytime and you can imagine it inked, ink around that. So that's a very sort of soft sandy colour, that paper, that tag on the back. Do we want a topper? Actually, I'm wondering, do we want just like a little snippet of lace or something? Oops, don't put that on there. That's going to fall off. My glass lid. Don't want that falling off. One, it will be loud. Two, it could break. Just grabbing a wee snippet of lace. Like that, or do we want like a little, kind of like the idea of having it hanging off the bottom, which could be a problem putting it in a pocket, but kind of like, well, require a bit more care, but we could still do it. Like, let's be bold. Let's try something a little, even if it does create a bit of a pocket issue, putting it in and out of pockets. I just like that. I think that's really pretty. And this is a very sort of creamy, it's a bit darker than cream. What would I call it? Let's use tacky glue. I don't know, what colour is that? Ecru, maybe? I don't know, it's a colour. It's the colour that it is, whatever you want to call it. Kind of quite yellowy, but it's not yellow. There we go, that should be quite sufficient to hold it using the tacky glue. And then do I want to look like match it with a piece at the top? That could be pretty as well. Let's cut a wee snippet. Oh, I'll need to actually, and I should have done the bottom, but we can still get in there. Just do the bits that we need to glue on. So if we put that there, I don't want to put too much over top of that flower. So I'm just going to do a little section above the flower. I might need to trim my lace a bit, might be a little bit much lace. No, I think it'll be okay actually. We can just put it down a little bit more on the back. So very simple, but I think really, really pretty and effective. Perhaps put that down a little bit more, I think. Just looking at the proportions, that's better. Okay, just put a bit more glue under that bottom of that lace. Gluey fingers. I should be using my silicone spatula thingy, the makeup spreader thing. Keep my fingers clean, but didn't think about it. Right, so that's that one. I think that's absolutely gorgeous. I am wondering about a word or something now that I'm looking at it. No, I'm going to leave it. I do like it as is, so I'm going to leave it. Sometimes you just got to know when to stop. Where am I going to put it? Let's pop it there. Okay, let's look at this one, because this one has less going on. We've got a little bit of writing up here. We've got a little edge of doily, and then the rest of the print, the background print is the same, and then our floral. So I think we need to do something with that. Let's ink around it to start with. Gets my thinking focused on this particular tag and what I might like to do. Again, just going to do the back in the meantime. Now this one I am feeling doing little chinks out of the bottom. So just do that and then re-ink those corners. Don't ask me why, I just felt like it needed that. Okay, do I want a fussy cut? Let's grab the right bin and see if there's something relatively small that they might all be a bit big for what I'm after. Well, that's pretty, this little envelope of flowers. As I was cutting these out, I was thinking, oh, I want to print these off a size smaller, and I haven't done it yet. And I think that might be what I need to do, because beautiful butterfly, but it's too big. What about this? Got an idea. We don't need to use a full fussy cut. We could use part of. I want the bottom. I think I want the bottom of the jar hanging off. So kind of to visualize what it might look like. I like that, but I think it needs some book page or something. Oops, tried to pull out a bit and it tore, so I don't know if this is the right bit of music that I need. I think we can make that work. Okay. Shift my glass lid so I can get to my glue pages. Which side do I like better? Actually like that side better, so let's glue this way down. Right, I want to ink around this just to give it a little bit more separation, oops, from the background. Sometimes I certainly get locked into a way of thinking, oh, I've got to use that whole fussy cut. You know, it's pretty, we've got to put the whole thing on. But you can just use part of it where it makes sense, where you still have enough of that picture to tell what it is and that it still looks good. So that's what I'm going to do here. I'm just going to use a part of it. Right, let's see if I can do this without gouging out my glue stick. I'm kind of avoiding the outside edge because I don't need glue on that. Turn it upside down, give it a wee press, just to get it glued down properly, and then let's trim off the excess and our little chink at the bottom. De-stickify my scissors. Now, in some instances, you would have a piece here that you could use on something else. I'm not going to worry about it. I can just reprint it. It's no big deal. Right, I just want to ink this edge now, this cut edge. In fact, I'm looking at this and we've got half a flower there that kind of looks a bit weird. So I'm going to trim that off. That looks better. Right. Now it's not really in your face, but it's definitely, you can definitely see it and it's pretty. So now I think I want something up here. I don't have any words, I don't think. Let's see. What I meant was words from RachandBella Crafts handy. I have my stamped words. What do we like? Free. I want something relatively short. Pink, I don't think. We do have pink, but I don't really want a pink stamped word on pink paper, I don't think. Comfort. Or home. Balance, it's a little bit small, I think. Inspiration. What about that? Let's try it. Yep, definitely need to trim top and bottom. Got glue on my scissors now, so my little bits of paper are sticking to my scissors. Got to keep an eye on the time too, because I need to go out soonish. No, it needs to be at the top. Do I want it in the middle? Do I want it down there? I actually like it down there, weirdly enough. It's not where I thought I was going to put it, but I like it, so that's where it's going. It's all about the layering, isn't it? That's, I think, why it appeals to me, because it's layering. We've got the music, we've got the fussy cut, and now we've got a word going on top of that. And I think because I've put that down there, we do need some sort of topper. Could use lace again. If I cut this in half, we can probably get 2 tags out of it. A little bit of lace just makes it all so pretty, doesn't it? Do you want to turn it up that way? No, that way. Okay. Just lining it up so I get the glue in the right place. Grab out my little tool here, save my hands or my fingers. Actually, this stiffer part might be a little bit better. I didn't get the glue down far enough. There we go, that's better. And then I think I just want to give this a little bit of a shape on the back. I've never done that before, but I just feel like I want to. Did not make that even, but doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, my friends. Oh, I didn't ink. Oh well, I've got the glue on there. It's too late now. Kind of straightening it up a little bit, and we've got a little bit of funkiness happening there, so we'll just trim that off. So there we go, there's number 2. I'll show you these at the end. Right, this one we definitely want a focal image on that one, so let's choose something out of the fussy cards for the kit. Got this pretty, I think this is my favorite piece out of the kit. Pretty dress, it's just gorgeous. Gorgeous puppy dog, but too wide. We might have to go like a half. There's some really beautiful girl images here. I need to... It's a possibility. Got the envelope that fits. Butterflies too wide. Got this cool truck. Oh, you know what? I really like that. It's going to be a chop in half situation. I don't think I need to layer anything under it. Why am I doing that edge? Because that's going to be chopped off. Think about it, dear. No point inking something that's going to be chopped off. I'm not sure where I'm chopping it, so I want to get enough round to that side. So my problem with the girl was that it completely covered this pattern here. I wanted to retain some of each of the three. So the truck definitely does that. Might want something in behind. Something that's not a bit of book page is what I'm thinking. So thinking about one of my stamped labels might work nicely. This is actually from RachandBella Crafts. Bit big though. No, it's a bit big. Stamping I did on RachandBella Crafts digital. Like that. I think the pink's not. Now I'm thinking, is that too small? We need something in between. It's too big again. Too big. We will find something. Too bold. Oh, what's this? Let's put that in the bin. It's just a cut off of a label. Numbers. No, it's not quite right. Doesn't make my eyes happy. Don't want the red. You could just put like a part label on. That is not bad. I'm not minding that so much. Could put a bit of map on, a map label. No. We could, but we're not. Bit of text. I actually quite like that as well. I think I'm going to do that. That's just a bit of book page. So I am ending up going with book page, but in a different form. Just doing a time check. Right. This is kind of textured, slightly textured old book page. So I think I'm actually going to use tacky glue, because sometimes on those rougher quality papers the glue stick doesn't sit so well. So tacky glue will make sure it stays put. Just going to pop it about there and hope it's in the right place. Right, back to the glue stick for our fussy cut. Yeah, about there's fine. Need to ink around it. Hello, Smokey. Smokey is our next door neighbour's cat. He's just a few months younger than our youngest cat, and he likes to come and eat our cat's food, and we used to shoo him away, but he's having a bit of a hard time. His mum and dad have split up, and his mum, he's living with his mum, and his mum's been away on holiday, and so we kind of took pity on him. And plus we think there's a bit of reciprocal going on, and that our kids are going next door and eating his food. So we're kind of like, okay, Smokey, good to see you. Come in, have a snack, and on your way. So we're being a little bit, you know, more accepting of his presence. Don't feel like that's the right thing to put on. Is a whale tail going to, is it going to be too big? Just looking for one of these scraps. What? Maybe the stripy section down the bottom. It might be too big, but let's give it a go. So yes, so Smokey is inside at the moment having a snack from our kids' dishes, crunching on the biscuits. And normally if he heard me talking, he'd be scarper. But because we've been a bit more welcoming of him, I think he's relaxed a bit. Is it too big? What if, I've never done this with a whale tail, because, you know, the joy of it is in the shape of it. It wasn't quite folded straight. Let's chop off the sides and see whether I like it better. It's digital paper. I can print more. So I'm trying not to be precious and just try things. Okay, I don't mind that. We've still got a lovely curve there, but I feel like we need to give it a bit more. I was like, do I match up the corners? We're just going to risk it. Yeah, let's do it. I'm not sure whether I'm in love with it or not, but I think I need to follow through to tell whether I like it or not. And I've got one more possibility that could improve it. We might not get all these tags done, my friends. Right, put some glue stick on it. Oh, he's found some leftover meat in Puss's dish. Puss, who gets lunchtime, ate 3/4 of what I put down and then wanted something else. And I was like, no. And eventually he went out, and now what was left in his dish is gone. Smokey found it. So, Puss, eat what you've got at the time or you lose it, mate. I don't know why I'm inking the back. I just am. No, I quite like that actually. I think that is quite fun. You could put a hole in that. Shall I do it? That was the thing I was thinking about. Let's put a hole in it. Kind of half on the tag and half not. Oh, that glue was a little bit wet for me to be doing that with. Now it's stuck. Can I get it out without ripping? Yes, just. So it made a bit of a mess because the glue's not dry. So tip from me, don't punch until the glue's dry. Don't be a silly Billy like me, who knows better but just went ahead and did it anyway. But it's all fixed up. It's okay. Just got to get the gluey bits off my fingers. Okay, and I was going to put hole reinforcers on, but I moved them. I was tidying up last week and I don't know where I've moved them to. Oh, yes. Yes, I found them. They were still there, but they weren't covered in a whole bunch of stuff anymore. So used to having to dig through a pile to get to them that just wasn't prepared for them to just be sitting there staring at me. Right, I think I'll finish this one off and then we'll call this video done, and I'll show you the ones we did actually get finished. So we've effectively done half. So I think it would be really nice to put hole reinforcers on that, but to colour them up a little bit. And I'm thinking blue. I could go vintage photo because there is browns in here, but thinking if I can find it here. No. Here we go, that one. Tumbled glass. Sorry about the crinkle. This is, I'm not sure whether, I'm not getting much colour off that, so we'll risk it. I find tumbled glass to be quite a pale colour, which is what I wanted. I wanted a pale blue. There we go, front and back. And then we could go and put a little something in the top. Just looking at my chunk of cheesecloth here. Do we want a bit of cheesecloth? Just plain white. Let's get rid of some of the outlying bits that just want to come off anyway. Have I got enough here to loop it? We shall see. Find the, there we go. Find the loop. Tease it out a little bit. I've got one short end and one longer end, but I think that's fine. Just adds a little bit of texture, doesn't it? So there we go. That is the video for today. Just using your digitals to partner to create the back and the front. So these two large ones we didn't get to, and this small one here that we didn't get to, and it's a pale blue tag background there. So those still to do, and the three that we did get done, there's this one. I don't think I want to add a word or anything because I've got words on the label. So that one's complete. I do need to finish inking, but I'll do that off camera. Then this wee one. Just trying to kind of get it in camera and hopefully it's focused for you. That one, and then this one that we did very little to. This is the first one where we just, whoops, back it out a little bit. Just added some lace at the top and bottom. Super simple, and all backed with the tag, I'll call them tag blanks because they're just a very soft background. This has got some white, I notice, on the edge, but once I've inked it, you won't tell. So there we go, guys. Just a little bit of a different way to make your tags. A little bit back to front, I guess, putting the backing on and then seeing what you get on the front. But I think they turned out super sweet, so usable in whichever journals you would like to pop them in. So the name of the kit is Spring Collage. There's the paper kit and the add-on ephemera. So go check it out. All the links will be down in the description box. And grab yourself a copy and have a play, because I'm looking forward to playing some more. I've got more ideas with some of the ephemera bits, so don't be surprised if I'm back again very soon. Take care, my friends. Have a great rest of your week, and hopefully I'll be back again tomorrow. Bye for now.